how these slenderness ratio and different lengths of the column are calculated, those things have been given in IS code, because when columns or the compression members are carrying the loads, the load conditions and boundary conditions make a very important change while considering the effective length. Okay, so let us try to understand these geometrical properties of the compression members: effective length and slenderness ratio. Both the terms are involved in this equation. Okay, pi square E upon KL upon R bracket square. Let us see what is that. For calculating the effective length of compression member in different situations, following recommendations are suggested by IS 800 2007, and these shall be followed. What are these? If end conditions can be assessed, effective length KL can be calculated in the basis of table 11 of IS 800 2007. So there are different boundary conditions given for these columns. And I think these boundary conditions have already been seen in, I think, SOM theory. Still we shall revise, and these are readily available in IS 800 2007 table number 11. So these are the different boundary conditions. What is that? At one end there is translation restraint, it means it is fixed here, and another end it is free. Okay, there is no support here. So when one end is fixed, another end is free, then effective length of the column is 2 times L. Why? Because of buckling, this curve is the shape of the column after buckling, and this curved length becomes as good as 2 times the original length of the column. Okay, so this can be treated as 2 times length, overall length. And second, if you see, one end is restrained like this. Okay, it is free to rotate, so here is the rotation, and another end is restrained like this, but rotation is free. Okay, so when this situation is there, take original length as the effective length, L is equal to L. Okay, then third condition, one end fixed, another end is also fixed. Both ends are actually they are restrained, but they are the rotation is free. Okay, then original length is taken as it is. Next situation, both ends are fixed, both ends of the column are fixed, then effective length will be 1.2 times L. Then one end is fixed, another end is having roller support, then effective length is 0.8 times L. Then next is both ends fixed, but rotation is free, it means it is allowed to rotate, then effective length is 0.65 times L. So you need to refer this table number 11 from IS 800 2007. I hope this is clear to all of you, and you will come to know when to refer this particular table while designing the problems. Okay, so I will come to those points as and when required. Now, slenderness ratio is defined as ratio of effective length. This effective length is to be taken from table number 11. Okay, so KL will be any of these 4-5 values as per the conditions of the columns. Okay, then it is ratio of effective length to corresponding radius of gyration of the section. Radius of gyration of the section R, we can take this value from steel table. Okay, we can take this value from steel table. So here L is the actual length of the compression member. LE is effective length, KL. Okay, effective length again will be taken from table number 11. R is appropriate radius of the gyration. This will be taken from steel table. Okay, whichever the section you have selected, for that particular section, you need to refer what is radius of gyration for that particular section from steel table.